On the fifth day of podcasting, my true love gave to me episodes out of sequential order and changing of themes. I have not cooked anything crazy. I'm running out of time, running out of space to do recipes, but I do want a podcast because I went to see Wicked finally, and so we're gonna do a dinner and a movie thing. I went to see Wicked. I just knew that there was a movie coming out, and I limited my exposure. I have a friend that I was going to go with because Tech is not into musicals for sure, and hasn't read the book, hasn't seen the play, things like that. So going with a big musical theater nerd friend of mine who did read the book and did see the play and all the other things. And she, going in, did not really like Ariana Grande. I have no problems with Ariana. I think her voice is amazing. I think she'd do a really good job. I don't really know the actress that is playing Elphaba, but neither here nor there. So we went. I had points, so I was able to use the premiere seats, and those are like the extra cool ones. The theater I like to go to is they're all the nice loungers, but the premiere seats, you get like these little end tables next to you, and it's just a nicer experience. And it was cheaper than a regular ticket using my points to get those, so that was kind of cool. So we went, and we had a really good time. But what I didn't know is that this is a part one, which basically they did the first act. They did everything up until intermission, which is very frustrating because not everything needs to be broken up into two movies. Thankfully, I don't think they're doing a trilogy, but my rules of keeping myself spoiler free prevented me from knowing what I was getting into. So I was very frustrated by that. I have been hearing a lot of people talk about going to see Wicked and then getting their kids the book. The book is very different. And so the big joke that my friend and I had is the entire time is when I went to see the musical, I was disappointed at the lack of orgies. I'm not going to go into detail, but there are orgies in the book. And, they didn't even allude to them. So throughout the movie, we would kind of lean into each other and go, this would be the perfect spot for an orgy, which was just very, very silly and very fun. Thankfully, there were no children around us, but we had a good time. I will say Ariana was perfectly cast. She is a perfect Galinda. I think that her voice was amazing. Like, I've always been impressed with her voice. I was even more impressed with her voice. This was phenomenal. The actress playing Elphaba, she was okay, but she had one facial expression almost the entire movie. She didn't really act when singing, but her voice was amazing. So her voice alone could move you, but I was underwhelmed. And maybe it's the take she was going with the character. I just was underwhelmed. They're playing children, and I think they did some de-aging, but nobody looks like children. Nobody looks like they're going to school. They don't even look college age. But again, here nor there, I'm totally fine with it. Lots of really nice cameos. I really enjoyed the big names that were in there. I love, I'm going to get into a little bit of spoiler casting. So if you don't want to hear the casting, you can skip ahead. I love Michelle Yeoh. Was very happy with her in there. Her song was fine. Very happy to have Peter Dinklage in there. He has a wonderful voice. Jeff Goldblum cannot sing. He should not have been cast. I like him. I was very disappointed. I really think we could have done better with that. And then the big Broadway cameo, I was super happy with, when it's not just actors being cameoed, but their signature vocal sound being cameoed is extra cool. And that's all I'm going to say. Like I said, these are minor spoilers, but I really enjoyed them. They were really good Easter eggs. I'm probably going to watch it again when it's on streaming, just so I can kind of pick up all the things I did not realize. Like I know the writers from the play are cameos, and Gregory Maguire is a cameo, and there's like all these little cameos. So I kind of want to break it down. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And I paired that with popcorn because we had premiere seats and I got popcorn and I had bubble tea and I was having fun. But yeah, absolutely a blast. I'm really happy that I did it, that I went and I saw it in theater. Not everything do I need to see in theater, but that one I do enjoy that I went to. There was the option for 3D, and I can't imagine why you would need to go see that in 3D. I am not a big fan of 3D because I don't see the world in 3D, so 3D movies look weird to me. But if other people prefer 3D, I'm okay with it. I have special clip-ons for my glasses so I can see them without having to put glasses over glasses. But I don't see the point in paying extra for, like, why? What's the point? There's like maybe one scene that I think they put in for the 3D effect. But I wish that studios would stop filming things in 3D just because everything's in 3D. Like, just film it well. You know, you can film it on a large format. You can put it on a large screen, but not everything needs to be 3D. And in a fantasy world, I don't think it needs to be more realistic. I will say one of the best things about the movie was how they brought Oz to life, how they brought the world of the Wizard of Oz to life and just made it feel whole and cohesive, like a real fantasy world, the world building, but how they brought everything that you've read and you've seen all together. And it was seamless. I thought it was so fantastic. So I'm a big fan. I had a good time. If you're into Wicked, you're probably going to like it. If you're not into Wicked, I don't think it's going to pull anybody that's not already into Wizard of Ozzy musical type deals. I don't know. I am somebody that Wicked was my second Gregory Maguire book, so I did not start with Wicked. I actually read a book of his, I think before he even wrote Wicked, the other stepsister, which I thought was really good too, or at least I did when I read it. I was younger. Who knows what I think today. I love the whole twisted fairy tales, you know, turning things on their ear. So for me, it's kind of perfect. And I think that kind of goes into the whole holiday theme of a lot of movies are released around this time of year. And some of them, it's, you know, got to get it in before the end of the year for the awards. Some of it is got to get those crowds. Everybody's off. We need to get the crowds in there. And there is something kind of special about this time of year and movies. So what is a movie that, you know, what is it about this time of year that makes movie going just a little bit special?
Nutty Bites is produced by Nimlas Studios under a Creative Commons Attribution No Commercial Non-Derivatives 3.0 International License. That means you can't change it without my permission. You can share it and send it to your friends. Just link back to me, my site, and everything. We live at nimlas.org, which has links to everything social media, including facebook.com/group/nuttybites and patreon.com/nukejoss, or call 347-NUTTY42.